Hi there, this is Kostadju. I keep talking about the most crucial things for the fintech industry and for merchant businesses. In this video, I would like to talk about what is ideal merchant services. Let's go. Based on my personal experience and many talks to real businesses, to merchants, what I found the three crucial, or let's say I would say the most wished things in terms of merchant services. First of all, it's free device, so merchants want to get their card machine for free. Secondly, it's about low transactional fees, and thirdly, it's, let's say, next day settlement or almost immediate settlement. This is like three most wished things to get by a single merchant. Let's talk a little bit deeper about every single thing of it. First of all, free machine. I would say if you want to consider getting your machine for free, you probably could imagine by yourself that the cost of the machine and the cost to cover the lease of the machine will be hidden somewhere. Let's imagine this cost for the machine and for the financing to provide the machine for free will be hidden in your fees. It means when you're considering a free of charge machine, you will always get a higher transactional fees offer. This is kind of a downside of having an upside of free of charge card machine. But again, it depends how much the machine costs, etc. But if you are able to pay for the machine 200-300 quids, it will definitely bring you lower transactional fees. Try to negotiate with your partner, with your supplier in regards to purchasing the machine. It's because, listen, if you will pay 200 quids for the machine, probably it's a better option. It's because the bank or the company which will provide you with the machine will charge you at least 350-400 pounds for the machine only. That's probably why. And if you consider, let's say, your annual turnover counts hundreds of thousands of pounds, euros, dollars, probably every tiny, let's say, 1 beep or 0.1% will make a huge impact on your annual commission. If you can negotiate to pay for the machine, you always will get a better option for transactional fees. In terms of transactional fees, usually you should pay enough attention on what is your average country interchange rate. It means how much Visa and Mastercard and American Express charges for settlement of the payment. It's a crucial thing. Then you probably should expect transactional fees blended, if you'd like to consider blended option, let's say between 1 to 2.5%. But for the majority of cards you will receive on the domestic on your domestic market, probably will be around 0.8 to 1.4%, a total rate. I think it's definitely a good option because in some countries transactional fees are above than 2%. The third topic is settlement. I know that everyone who just gave away his service or product wishes to get paid immediately, but unfortunately it's not possible for the card acceptance market or acquiring. It's because when the card presented at the machine, it doesn't mean that the payment performed immediately. It means that your machine requested to the payment system and bank issuer to freeze or to lock some certain amount of money you want to charge for your customer, but there is no money movement yet. the money will be moved by the payment system like Visa, Mastercard, American Express, let's say at midnight or during the night. That's why the most rapid payment settlement you could find is next day settlement. But why the majority of merchants don't like American Express cards, or why they don't like to accept American Express cards? It's because in the past, or let's say recently, the settlement took at least a week if you will accept an American Express card as a payment tool. American Express will settle your payments next week. I think it's a downside, but it was the downside, but it's not anymore. It's because American Express is progressing quite well on increasing speed of settlement. That's why I would say you will be settled as a merchant for the next 2-3 days for all payments you collected. Again, let me clarify for you what does it exactly mean, the next day settlement. Again, it brings you an additional cost. It means it will increase your transactional fees and your rates. It's because I would say for the majority of banks it's impossible to settle you literally next day. That's why again the majority of financial institutions are going to be almost 100% sure that the payment system will settle them to settle you, but they don't want to take these risks on themselves. That's why to settle you next day they will involve some loan, or like let's say very short-term loan, like 1 day, 2 day loan, or let's say credit to settle you. They are not going to use their own money. They will involve the third-party capital to provide you with the next day settlement. Again, this option will cost them, to your acquirer, to your point of sale supplier, and they will transfer this cost to your own transactional fees. Again, if you are not so hurry and rushing about getting paid or getting settled, it's definitely better to wait for like normal rates, normal kind of delays in terms of settlement for 2 or 3, let's say even 5 days. But in this case you are not rushing and you will get the best transactional fees, transactional rates. For instance, actually I'm launching an e-commerce business here in the UK with an opportunity to sell some consumer electronic goods, and our e-commerce acquirer will settle us on Mondays. It means almost a week of waiting for payments. We accepted on, let's say, on Monday. But again, because we are able to wait for a normal settlement schedule, we got, I would say, incredibly great e-commerce acquiring fees. I definitely love our partner. That's why we are keen to wait until they will be ready to settle us. I hope these advices will be useful for you and you will make the right choice. Thank you.